just a man
Hmm.
that God has granted life.
Hmm.
A man that God has just enthroned to be what he is right now. Uh, it's a person that God has made.
God made him
Yeah,
in a different way.
nothing more, nothing less. Because I have a brother who was a teacher. And in those days, in the early 60s, teachers are so, every family want to have a teacher in their family at that time.
Teachers had it.
Unlike now. So as my brother was a teacher, and my intention was also to become a teacher.
Oh.
And you could be see through the trajectory of my life. There was a time I was in the school of surveying, Oyo.
Oyo
I
State.
left Federal School of Survey. I left it for teaching during the our festivals.
Yes, sir.
We used to do the Oniwere,
Ajiwere.
Ajiwere. So, and you know
Yes.
what you're doing.
This Ajiwere said, what was it all about?
Just to wake people and entertain people in the night during the Ramadan fasting. And you see some of those will sneak out. But my brother, we never knew that I was doing that one. Just sneak out, and then before everybody wake up for something, we sneak back to the house.
How was your head now good for mathematics, sir?
Well, it's not, you don't know whether your head is good for mathematics or not. There are a lot of things that actually accounted for people not like mathematics like you now. Maybe the teacher you encountered and the other something.
In my primary teacher was wicked, sir.
That's
the cane was so bad, sir.
That's the thing. When I was in Form 3 something, we have a teacher, Mr. Kendiya, who's still teaching of mathematics. Very radical person. So you must not late to his class. You are in trouble. If you are not present, you have to give account of where you are at that particular of his lesson. So he was the one that always ginger me, and a friend of mine, one late Latif Olabode, like 20 years ago.
Okay, sir.
And then I was one of those who are called just to discuss with our professional colleague. And this teacher, other teachers are hearing him. You know, you call me Mr. Gbabe. Mr. Gbabe. Everybody just say Gbabe, and the guy start laughing.
Gbabe.
So, that is during the break. And I call him about, Mr. Gbabe, why do you say Mr. Gbabe? And you are very happy with it. The other friends, they are saying, you know, when he's teaching in class, when the student has question, Gbabe. So he become the other, and he was proud of it. I said, you are a disgrace to teaching. How can you be enjoying that particular acronym? Gabe, something that is negative. I've never thought that what you are doing was wrong. So these are the kind of teachers
on the education cycle of the student. What was it was wrong?
That are some of the teachers like that. They are not language has also a function to play. There are researchers within even this country, PhD researchers. I was an external examiner to someone at Ilorin who used Yoruba language to teach mathematics.
Wow.
Yeah. And compare it to classroom where they are using English language. And the performance from those the Yoruba class are better than those of using. So the influence on language is also there. But that is not a major issue. The influence on language is there. That's a major issue. Like a country like Nigeria, which is multi-linguistic something.
Yes, sir.
Which one do you want to impose?
Well, today is another very wonderful day on Asabi Africa TV. Today is Thursday, July 10, year 2025, and I'm in the environment of the University of Ibadan to speak with Professor MOJEED Kolawole Akínsolá, a professor of mathematics education at the University of Ibadan-Oyo State. He is having his valedictory and 70th birthday lecture next week, 16th of July, year 2025, and today is the 10th of July. We're in Ibadan to speak with this man, a very great man, a man who has released so much thesis, so much practical books on mathematics. He has been a symbol of mathematical education. He has been a symbol of good education in the last 3 decades. He has served in different capacity in the scholarly environment of the University of Ibadan, from a school principal in the 80s down to the 90s, down to the Dean of Education, Faculty of Education, University of Ibadan. Between 2015 to 2017, there is more to know about Professor MOJEED Kolawole Akínsolá, and there is more to talk about, especially on education, on politics, on the future of Nigeria and the youth development itself. Who is a teacher? Who is a math teacher? What does it take to be a professor of mathematics? Everything you're going to find out today. We're also going to talk about a bit of politics and his lifestyle and what it means for him to retire at the age of 70 and a whole lot. Follow me. Let's go to his chambers and you will know more. Thank you. Welcome to Ibadan. Welcome to the University of Ibadan. Well, it's another very lovely, wonderful day today on Asabi Africa TV as we meet a very, very wonderful personality, a man of impeccable achievement, a man of character, a man who has turned out a whole lot of young people across Africa from one of the best citadels in the world and the first ever university, literary institution in Nigeria, that's the University of Ibadan. I'm talking about the man, Professor MOJEED Kolawole Akínsolá, a professor of mathematics education at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, West Africa. He is going to retire in the next couple of days after almost 3 decades in the university environment and in other affiliated educational sector. He's been a man who has written several letters, several theses, several books on the development of mathematics and general education itself. Is a recognized academic with qualification including BEd, MEd, and PhD degrees, and his research interests are in the field of mathematics. Like I said earlier, Professor Akínsolá is associated with the Department of Teacher Education within the Faculty of Education at the University of Ibadan, and there are a whole lot of things about him. But the good purpose of this interview is to meet him. He's a very busy man, very not easy to reach, but we want to thank God that just a few days to his retirement party, we are meeting him today, Thursday, July 10, year 2025, and we're going to be talking about life as a professor of mathematics and as an educationist. Daddy, God bless you, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir. We feel so honored, we feel so privileged sitting beside you because you are a bundle of education and you have really helped to develop education in Africa. But who is Professor MOJEED Akínsolá and why is so much reverence around you? I mean, people respect you, hold your eyes, esteem. Who is this great man, sir?
Before I answer your question, let me just make a slight
correction
to your introduction.
Okay, sir.
Usually we have formerly Department of Teacher Education.
Okay, sir.
But that department has been splitted or bundled into 3. So currently I'm in the Department of Science and Technology Education.
Okay, sir.
So that is
wow.
Who is MOJEED Kolawole Akínsolá?
Yes, sir.
He's just a man that God has granted life. A man that God has just enthroned to be what he is right now. Uh, is a person that God has made.
God made him in a
Not,
different way.
nothing more, nothing less.
Wow.
Everything rally around God.
Mm.
So
I,
that's
I,
the
I
person.
want to ask that when you were born, when you were young, did you ever aspire to be a mathematics teacher, or there are other ambitions or interests that you aspire to become? Maybe pilot, maybe mechanic, maybe fashion designer. What was the real dream as a young
Oh,
boy?
well, I think because I have a brother who was a teacher, and in those days, in the early 60s, teachers are so, every family want to have a teacher in their family at that time,
Teachers had it.
unlike now. Mm. So as my brother was a teacher, and my intention was also to become a teacher.
Wow.
And you could be see through the trajectory of my life.
Mm.
There was a time I was in the school of surveying,
Mm.
Oyo.
Oyo
I
State.
left Federal School of Survey. I left it for teaching profession.
Wow. School
So
of
it appears
survey.
that, yes.
Mm.
So maybe I could have been a surveyor or something like that. But the interest in teaching
Mm.
drove me back to it.
To teaching itself, you just love.
Raising people,
Mm.
mind. So I think I was just caught for teaching.
Mm.
That time.
Mm. Growing up, I mean, what was your family like? Was it polygamous or a monogamous family? And what were the inspiration you derived from your parents
It's a polygamist. My
in those days?
father has 3 wives. My mother happens to be the first with 7 children, and I'm the last of those 7 children.
What, the last born
The last born of the children. And that's
is interesting.
and my second brother happened to be the teacher. So, and in terms of their extremely peace within the polygamous family,
In those
there's
days,
no there's no
or your
friction
own,
at
or
all.
your own case,
There's
peculiar.
no friction within the family, within the three, and all the children, and up to now, the children and the grandchildren are one.
Mm.
So the foundation that have been laid by our father, I think God has helped us to maintain it.
Mm.
There's no division. So far, so good.
Mm.
And I believe in the future there won't be any division.
Amen. 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 Growing up, what were those things that inspire you in the environment? In your own days, you are the generation that saw the good side of Nigeria, the good times. I mean, what were those things that inspired you while growing up, sir?
Well, again, we have to give thanks to God because if I go through my life activities, it's only God. There are times we want to get distracted. Right from primary school, I started in the village school.
Village school.
Yes, in the
Hi.
village.
Where was
So,
that?
yes. And after, when I was in primary 5, I could recollect clearly that I revolted.
You revolted.
Yes, against, say I was no longer interested in continue my schooling in that particular school. Reason it means that in that school we have teachers, and there's a particular boy we call it Omo teacher that
Teacher.
follows his brother down. And I look at the kind of the way the boys behave, the way interact. That I say, since I have a brother that is also a teacher, I want to become a teacher again myself. And for almost 1 week, I didn't go to school.
Revolting.
It's revolting. So at the end of the day, my father said no. Well, you know, mothers know how to
Yes,
plead there with my father,
to get
and then
across.
because we used to go to the farm in the evening with the when after schooling, no matter even when at the primary school there.
Go.
So after a week, they allow me, they have followed my, so I have to go down my brother at that.
No. You wanted to get out of that school. You didn't just like the environment
because of the environment teacher. He's enjoying the way I quote him.
It was giving a undue
You will
privilege.
see, we give him respect.
Okay.
So I went there as a teacher. Unfortunately, for me, the discipline from my brother appears too tough.
Wow.
As the last one in the house,
Yeah.
it has been all this pampering.
Yes, from
When I got
parents.
when I got to yes, no, it was a different thing. So you have to instill discipline on me. So they said that the one day I ran away from the school. So it's another village school I was teaching. I ran away from that village school, came back to the city. If you know Bere Square in Ibadan,
Yeah, Bere Square.
yes,
Can you
I
imagine?
stayed there.
You you you
Overnight, I didn't go to the house.
you,
I
you,
then I stayed
you
there.
refuse to go to the
The
house.
first night I slept at that total petrol station. The second night I was at it, just mixing with people there. The third night, I think the owner of the petrol station noticed that
Notice that
this
this.
boy, what are you doing for the past 3 days? He drove me away. Luckily, our house was not so far. So I won't say that that luckily I went to the house in the
You
morning. People were trying to, after the Muslim prayer, they were trying to see, okay, somebody should go to Lagos and check whether I've gone to Lagos something. And I was hidden under a table there. So I just discovered that
oh my God.
definitely that I'm a bit stubborn.
Yes,
That
sir.
particular
Yes,
period.
of course.
That's what they are saying.
Every creative
Eventually,
side
I don't want them to go to Lagos.
to go and look for
So
you.
they only look for me. Because immediately they finish, I just spring out and spring out. And then this is they ran after me and I was captured. So
You have
so
put them in
you can
danger
see
for 3 days.
the environment there. But then within the environment, those of us are there, there's been, and why I want to thank God specifically is because suppose on those 3 nights
That you are outside,
I was
opening with
outside,
those
I
strangers,
met those people who are
kidnappers.
no, there's no kidnapping at that stage because it was 1965 or 60 something
Wow.
that about.
Wow.
At that time, suppose but there are people who smoke those
Weed.
dangerous at that time. Suppose I've joined them.
Oh.
I doubt whether I'll be talking here as I'm talking to you
Wow.
today. So I have to give thanks to God for such.
For the grace,
I
the
said,
real grace.
in fact, and some people, they less than that,
They
they
just
derail
get into the
on their
streets.
God.
Yeah, they just get into their
So
head.
I want to thank God for those kind of opportunity that I
Those
have at this.
years that you are able to
So
submount those
yes, in the environment
vices.
where
The
we
environment.
live, in school, in Ibadan here, you know, kids, we have really big kids. So during the our festivals,
Yes, sir.
we used to do the Oniwere,
Ajiwere.
Ajiwere. So, and you know what
Yes.
to do.
This Ajiwere said, what was it all about?
Just to wake people and entertain people in the night during the Ramadan
Ramadan fasting.
fasting. And you see some of those will sneak out. But my brother, we never knew that I was doing that one. Just sneak out, and then before everybody wake up for something, we sneak back to the house.
Just around 4 a.m. to 5.
And I have to go and hit sari myself as well
Wow.
because I must fast as well.
Oh, you are a Muslim. Okay, you are Muslim. Okay.
As at that time, I was a Muslim.
Okay.
I don't know. So as at that time, I was a Muslim. So we had to sneak out again. During those activities, it's only God that have saved.
That was guiding you.
So that's the kind of life that I mean at the initial stage of life.
Wow. You are just I mean you are just one very wonderfully, I can't call it stubborn, but let's say a physical young boy.
Because when I know that I was then stubborn. Honestly, there was no doubt about that. But I thank God that has helped me get to this particular stage.
Let me even ask that. How was it able for you to become a mathematician? I mean, this is one of the most difficult subject that a lot of young people quickly adapt to. I mean, a lot of people will say, okay, I'm good at English, I'm good at how was your head now good for mathematics, sir?
Well, it's not, you don't know whether your head is good for mathematics or not. There are a lot of things that actually accounted for people not like mathematics like you now. Maybe the teacher you encountered and the other something.
My primary teacher was wicked, sir.
That's
the cane was so bad, sir.
That's the thing. When I was in Form 3 something, we have a teacher, Mr. Kindiya, who's still teaching of mathematics, very radical person. So you must not late to his class. You are in trouble. If you are not present, you have to give account of where you are at that particular of his lesson. So he was the one that always ginger me, and a friend of mine, one late Latif Olabode, that was a petroleum engineer. So we are in the same class. We was living together in the same room, rented the room at the secondary school. So because of he has so brilliant in the area of sciences,
Wow.
so he also encouraged me
Wow.
in that area.
Wow.
So in fact, and my brother, in fact, I was to
Your teacher brother?
Yes, I was to go to this area, commercial classes.
Oh,
When you get to
yes,
Form 3.
yes. It's always a problem.
So
Commercial
from
art
2,
class
from
and science
Form 2
class.
to Form 3. So one day, after he just collected our list of books.
Okay, sir.
He went down. He went to the town, to the bookshop, and he brought stone and cousin, general physics, chemistry. He said, you are going to be doctor in the house, medical doctor. That was his intention.
He was prophesying to your life.
He said he was a medical doctor. That's what we want to be. So, stone and cousin, biology book, say, you are not going to any commercial classes. So, that was, in fact, because he directed me from that side, I had to be a science student.
Wow.
At the end of the day,
you turned out well.
By the grace of God.
But how did you summon the fear? Because I think in 2023 you did the first inaugural lecture here
in the department,
and
the new department of science and
technology, and you talk about maths
and
on how to demystify it as a mathematician, the fear around it.
Yes.
So what is the fear around maths? Why is maths so hard? And how do you think maths can become a subject? Because when they call you professor of maths, it comes with a lot of fear.
Maths is not hard at all.
I can't believe that, sir.
How do you mean? It's one of the simplest subjects I can ever think of. It's not hard in any way. The fear that have been stealing people right from the youth. You see parents, oh, I was in school. I didn't like maths, telling their children. So look at me now, I become a very big man. That's when you are sowing a seed of discord against mathematics in that children's life. So the interaction you have and the peer groups has also remained along there. If you are in that cohort, you should know that there's nothing. In fact, it's one of the simplest subjects. The only thing that you have to practice. You can't do without practice. You can take a literature book, lie on your bed and read and digest anatomies, everything you can get there or something. Simile and the rest of it there. But maths, it needs a bit of hard work.
Constant hard work.
Yes. Because you see, maths is just like opening books. As you open a sheet, then we coming to add the knowledge. At the initial level, we have number and numeration. At the PhD level, mathematics, we have number and numeration. That number that you see, 1, 2, 3. People work on it to get professors on numbers. So it's just
numerics.
Yeah. It's a stable something.
Stage by stage.
Yes. So once you understand that sequence, it becomes simple for you.
The only maths I was very familiar with when I was studying was further maths that I felt logarithm and all the rest.
Oh
but the other,
even
all this
mathematics is very much easier than even the mathematics. Because no, it's the fear that have been still in people right from the youth. Once that fear is not there, I say okay. And of course, you have to be determined in whatever you are doing.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you have
determination.
To do, they have to be determined. And then you have to have people around you to motivate you.
To inspire.
And yeah, so yes, there are some people who have this money for numbers. So they hold for numbers.
Yeah.
But then there's no one that cannot mathematics.
There's no one that cannot know mathematics.
No one. There's no one that.
Or are you saying that maybe what you want to say, Prof, is that there's nobody you cannot teach to know mathematics, because a lot of people, there is this fear.
Yes,
we have to add sort to injury. Most of the teachers are even weird people. They are it's like they are wicked, sir. But you are coming from another. Okay, sir.
You are saying they are wicked in quote.
Yes, I quote.
Actually, in the normal situation, a teacher is not meant to go to class with cane. It's totally wrong. I mean, it's totally wrong.
That's why for the first time,
we will go to class with motivating words, ideas, charts. That's what you are supposed to go to the class for, not a kid. In fact, I told anybody that shaking is fear. Hmm?
Symbol of fear.
Yeah. Even at home when we are growing up and people want to discipline us. Uh-huh.
My mom used to buy pancake in those
One of
days.
the most reasons why I was not when we were learning Quran.
Yes, sir.
The Quranic thing before
No,
you
the
get to
koboko. That
secondary
one is
school.
koboko. They will beat you.
That
All this
one
place.
just scare one from that.
The Malam, they are very terrible. In those days in Kano,
So,
you'll be running from one place to the other.
So when it comes to
cane
and it's wrong for any teacher to go to class. It's not motivating. It's the other one is
but 90% of teachers go to class with cane in today's educational system. You are saying this for the first time, sir. In my own days, in primary and secondary, there was this cane.
The orientation we are giving to our students, they never even move near cane at all when they go to that place. We normally give them training, and then we go for their supervision. In fact, we train them how to motivate the students, not only in mathematics, in whatever subject they are. That's the way we should do it. We should have materials. We should think of relevant materials that we can show to the students to allow them to understand the concept of we are teaching them, not by cane. That cane is is not motivating at all. It's doing the other work.
Something is telling me that this might be a University of Ibadan factor on you. Maybe other universities might be different. Maybe I might be wrong because what you are saying now looks new to me, sir. That there's no cane because everybody just believe cane.
No.
The teaching without cane is like
it is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong. So anybody that passed through teacher education courses,
yes,
you know that cane is not psychologically it affects you negatively. Because if you say, even there are some teachers also. Let me give an example of it. I went on a workshop some times ago at Olifet Baptist Oyo State Mathematical Association sometimes like 20 years ago.
Okay, sir.
And then I was one of those who are called just to discuss with our professional colleague. And this teacher, other teachers are hearing him. You know, they call me Mr. Gbabe. Mr. Gbabe. Everybody just say Gbabe and the guy start laughing.
Gbabe.
That is only the break. And I call him about, Mr. Gbabe, why do you say, Mr. Gbabe? And you are very happy with it. The other friends, they are saying, you know, when he's teaching in class, when the student has question, Gbabe. So he become there and he was proud of it. I said, you are a disgrace to teaching. How can you be enjoying that particular acronym? Gabe, something that is negative. I've never thought that what you are doing was wrong. So these are the kind of teachers
on the education cycle of the student. What was it was wrong?
That are some of the teachers like that. They are not ready to explain things to, and that's
they don't want to speak further. They don't want to enlighten.
You have the teachers factor.
Yes, sir.
The students themselves, some of them are lazy, they cannot. And I said, for you to be a good mathematician, you have to be hardworking. There's no half measure.
That's a natural license.
There's no half measure about that one. Because we need to look at those different examples, work different situations, and then go through them. So, maths is not as tough as people just think it is. It's not. The teachers, students, parents have their role to play, and even government, because we have to put some equipment.
Yes, your lecture you are talking about investing in education. That was a 2023 lecture you did. You are here. You are telling government that they have to invest in education. Do you think government is investing enough, especially in terms of research? I mean, in that lecture you said that mathematics is about everyday life. That in everything we do, we use maths. And if you look at the technology world, you look at China,
every second.
Yes. So how
not every day, every second
we use
use of mathematics at the one year or the other. In fact, our life is attached to mathematics.
Revolves around mathematics?
Yes. So, as I'm talking now, the variation of my voice, we can calculate it. When it goes up, the same point it goes down mathematically. See how to plot a graph about it and then do some other work.
I think you understand what you're talking about. Well, he teaches economics in a school in Lagos.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that you talk about maths this way. I mean, another factor you raised during your inaugural lecture in 2023,
yeah.
and a lot of the degrees were there, is the aspect of parents. I mean, is it that the language we are being used to teach maths is a problem? Because you look at China, they're advancing technology. You look at Taiwan, you look at the Korean tigers. I mean, it's much of mathematics, most of their discoveries, most of their technological advancement and all that. But
Yeah.
are you saying the language? Because you look at those people, they use their languages permanently.
Yeah.
Will you say that if they teach maths in Yoruba, maybe I'll be able to assimilate better, or if they teach it in Igbo, or they teach it in Hausa?
Language has also a function to play. There are researchers within even this country, PhD researchers. I was an external examiner to someone at Ilorin who used Yoruba language to teach mathematics.
Wow.
Yeah. And compare it to classroom where they are using English language. And the performance from those the Yoruba class are better than those of using. So the influence on language is also there. But that is not a major issue. The influence of language is there. That's a major issue. Like a country like Nigeria, which is multi-linguistic something.
Yes, sir.
Which one do you want to impose? You
Maybe
say they use Yoruba to be teaching mathematics, or Hausa alone, or Igbo, other people also will kick. And that's one of our problem. Politics is also affecting us
it's true.
because we won't agree that this is what we are supposed to do. We know the best, but we jettison it and say, let's go this way
Yeah.
because of those things. So, if they also teach in Yoruba language, and even our parents of nowadays, they are even worse. They don't want their own children to learn Yoruba. In the house, everything is just to English language.
Yes, sir.
They discourage
Yeah.
these modern parents.
Yeah.
They discourage people from
Local language.
language. Some of them hardly can even speak Yoruba.
Yes.
They know idioms or something, Yoruba, something, proper, you can't find them. But in those days, you interact with people, you get elderly people.
Even at the
Yes.
at the village level,
Yes.
at the home level, and all that.
And in those days,
The language is
so
vernacular.
language also has an aspect to play, but it's not a major problem as far as mathematics learning is concerned.
Since we have adopted
Once you
lingua franca.
yes, once you understand the basics something of the language, you should be able to understand the teaching and of the learning of mathematics through that language.
What other things? What does it take to be a prof of mathematics? I mean, what are the challenges?
I'm a professor of mathematics education.
Mathematics education. Okay, sir.
Let me just
Sorry, sir.
explain.
Okay, sir.
Now, you can be both. It's not that. So, I teach both on the mathematics line, mathematics something. When you have an MSc in mathematics, you can, because you have to be teaching as a mathematics. If as a mathematics educator also, you also teach in that one. But precisely, and what is a role of mathematics educator?
What's the role?
Is exactly, I know what.
Okay, in the
what
educational environment.
Generally.
Okay, generally.
Mathematics education is simply means how do we teach and how do we learn mathematics from kindergarten to the university level? What are the pros and cons? What are the problems? And then how do you, and our research in mathematics education tends to be majorly on how students learn mathematics. That's it. In the mathematics department, what they do is just teach the mathematics. But here, our own is that, okay, what are the problems? We identify the problem associated with the teaching and learning of mathematics, and we provide solution for them. That's the role of mathematics educator.
The role of the mathematics educator
is just discover the problems. After discovering, find solution to those problems about teaching and learning also. There are problems of teaching, there are problems of learning. So I know we are now integrating technology for the teaching of mathematics now for effectiveness.
I want to ask you that in your days, in our own little days, okay, we are young people, but look at the book. We have to go purchase the book in bookshops and study it. But what is the role of the online teaching syndrome now? Do you think there is there's a problem with that? Online, mathematics online.
No, there's no problem.
Okay, sir.
There's no problem at all. It's just to complement what the teachers are doing.
The traditional.
Yes,
math.
you have to complement them. Because there are certain, the online one, although there are some you can ask questions there,
Yes, sir.
but the interaction between the learners and the teacher and the is not there really.
I don't know.
But here, a student can say, okay, please, that particular line, there's a problem there, and you go back and explain the concept. Most of them are not available online, but there are some online that give interactive responses.
That is the role of engagement.
Yeah, exactly. So the online is just to complement what the
traditional
exactly.
teaching
Yes.
culture.
Yes.
So, growing up as a father now, what do you see about this country that gets you mad about the country? I mean, you have come a long way. You have seen the good times, and right now you are seeing the bad time. Is there any fear that you have for your children and your grandchildren about Nigeria?
The good times and the bad times. There was no doubt that we have seen good times. Because though I went to a private secondary school.
Private?
Yes.
Your parents must be rich. Your parents must be rich, sir.
No, they are village something. They are not rich.
Maybe they have some.
You know, there are very few government schools at that time.
Okay.
They have most of private school. It was the military that actually confiscated those schools from the owner when they got the 1970 something there. So in those days, you want to make sure that the money that your parent is paid, you can't come and say you are a failure. You have to work hard. And because how do you get the next money for the next term? Then when you bring a
poor result,
red, you know, those stand used to being red in those days.
I know.
So in those what we should in there, you are talking of government.
Yes, sir.
As I said, government has a role providing enabling environment. If you go to some of the classroom in most of the schools, you will weep.
It's a sorry state.
In fact, just be weeping.
Yeah.
Because there are some classrooms, there are no chairs, there's no roof, there's something, and there are many. And many of their government agencies are not interested in this one.
In fact, that's
the environment is one of the key
factors.
Yes.
For quality education.
Yes. You get to schools now, there's no recreation center in most of the schools. In those days, for 30 minutes or 15 minutes, you went to there's a small break. You find everybody playing football for that 15 minutes. After school hours, you go to the field on 1 hour and then you relax yourself. Nowadays, immediately the children are going back to lesson. Immediately they leave, they are going back to lesson. Then we need also to relax. You say no need to relaxation.
When I came to the UI today now, I feel like going back to school. You can see some of the relaxation. Even in front of your office here, there's a relaxation chamber there. You know, you see the trees, you see the small malls and all that.
The government is doing something,
and some of this
school not doing the way.
It's not doing well.
Not doing enough.
Some of this school, when you go there, you ask who are the those who graduated alma maters and where are they in the world? I mean, you look at these schools, everything is gone, the walls are gone,
the alma mater school,
the tables are gone.
They are helping.
The alma maters.
Yes, they are helping. I know in Oyo State, there was a time not quite long ago that the chairman of governing council of this school must be a member or a member of an alma mater.
Okay.
Yes, so that that's what encourage from getting other people to contribute to. There are many schools that have been renovated by alma maters.
Alma maters.
I think they have been doing well, but there is room for improvements. For the government, I know they have a lot to do. Security is there, the energy is there, everything is there. But then the basic thing is that education is the most important.
The real.
Imagine in the last 50 years, say nobody has gone to school in Nigeria. Just imagine, if nobody has gone to school in Nigeria in the last 50 years, what will be the state and the other people, other countries have been going? It's just like that.
People have been in terrible chaos.
And there are some
Societal
places like
chaos.
that one. If you look at some of this rural area somewhere in Nigeria, where they still behave like 1,000 years ago, because they have not been exposed to education.
There's no orientation.
So you cannot run away from education. And then government has their role, the parents also have their role, our own role also to play. We cannot leave everything to government. For example, if I decide to have 4 wives, and I have my 4 wives, each of them will have 4 children. That is 16.
That's 16, yeah.
You want government to plan for those 16? No, what government should have done that? Okay. From each family, a maximum of 4, we are going to educate them.
Free.
The rest, let the parents do it. If you are for 4 wives, take one from first wife.
Yes, sir.
So for second wife, we talk about 1 and 3, 4. So if your libido is such that then you continue to have the problem. We cannot say everything will be on the government side. The parents also have a responsibility. We have to account for our own action as well. So that's part of it.
I want to ask you this question. You look at the society today. You have been a father in the classroom. You have been a father in the home front. You also be a father in the neighborhood, and you have even been a father in the university community, the literary community. When you look at the scourge of Yahoo boyism in Nigeria now, you look at the scamming going on, and when you look at the newspaper, you see most of the scamming. EFCC is arresting thousands of boys in the hotel. The person in the hotel takes hundreds of boys. Lagos, Ondo, Ogun, everywhere. What does it say to you as one of the molders of leaders of tomorrow? Does it make you feel sad about yourself and your own generation, sir?
This syndrome of getting rich quickly, I think it's a disturbing issue as far as I don't know other countries really, but the rate at which they are in Nigeria, going in Nigeria, it appears the things continue to be on increase. Those children are not ready to work hard. Yes. There are many who are very hardworking. There are some few ones, bad ones.
No, you look at the issues. I mean, cars, even in Ibadan, so you go, Yahoo boy use vehicle to kill people because they want to do their rituals.
It has happened on this UI gate.
One of my
brother's wife.
2 years ago.
Yes, around 3 years ago.
It was very big.
It was my brother's wife.
Your own brother's wife? That
yes,
happened to?
Yes.
I think he bashed her. She wanted to talk to him.
They wanted to talk over her. I was the one that was first called. I was in the university. I had to take her to the hospital. Immediately we paid the bill. But because he has internal injury, that one just and that was the head. So that thing
you lost her
totally.
Oh my God! And what of the idiot? Did you catch him?
No, nobody could say he just ran away.
He escaped,
and nobody was following him. And because it was at 7 p.m. in the evening. So and the issue of these Yahoo things and the way. Whether it is true, I can see some of the guests, they throw them down and become just messed up.
It has been happening, not that whether it's true, sir. It's happening in Lagos. Guests are falling down on the street and they were able to talk. I've even seen one that I went to hospital, rushed into hospital, they say they cannot do anything. I say, please come and help her. Eventually, we discovered she has been used by a Yahoo boy. So what's going on? Are you afraid?
I think there must be a way to stop the trend. Otherwise, nobody is safe. No one from those ones.
I mean,
these criminal-minded people, they are on the increase on the daily basis because they want to get rich quickly. They want to flout. There are some, but there's a problem also with our policy.
With our polity.
Politics and politics. Yes.
Okay, good. Politics and policy. Okay.
Because the way our politicians parade themselves out. It's disheartening.
Highly disheartening.
People are suffering, and then you continue to display this ostentative life. It doesn't. That's why some of these boys are saying, okay, if I cannot because those money, if you have worked hard for your money, you will know how to spend it.
Of course.
You won't spend it lavishly or anyhow.
Never.
So it's not like they are pressing them and they say, how do we also get this thing? But the way they are doing it is not the best way. No. It's a human something. It's evil. I can't. Unfortunately, both the church and the mosque.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Who is wrong? Is it the parents,
no,
the church, the educational society, or the mosque?
Every one of us just something there. Because we see also pastors that are committing not something that
amorous acts.
Not.
Yes,
so
amorous acts.
If on money says something doing war also in terms of money something, you see a man afar. Giving also something like
course,
who are those who are giving them this? Yes. They are not even the babalawos. I don't think there are babalawos again.
I think you are aware of that Imam in Kwara that caused that lady into pieces.
Exactly, and he said Afa. There's not even there are no babalawos like this one now, like in the past, because it appears that those they are phased out. Is this religious people now that are now using
young people,
some evil pastors and some evil imams. So these children, I don't know. And parents also have a role to play. We have to monitor.
Do you know there is what they call the Yahoo modernization of Nigeria, sir?
I saw it someday, but I thought it was a joke.
No, it's not a joke. It's a reality, sir.
I saw it on university, and this one must be a joke.
They go to any length to get well for their children. Yahoo modernization of Nigeria, sir. No. They have a chairman and a deputy chairman. They have a secretary. Everything.
I can't believe it. Then how do you know how to sanitize the society? When the supposed role models, the father and the mother, they are supposed to be role model to their children, so that our children can follow our footstep. But what are we doing?
When you have parents now going to the examination hall to even
that is even worse.
You are in that sector, so you should know.
I can't. A parent also that change his age. So what do we expect the children to do? Because you want a particular job, they say the age you cut it down. So you are telling the children, that is good, you can continue doing it. So some of us have to look at self-examination. We have to do self-examination as parents and see the role that we play. And most of these children, if you follow your children very well, you are not likely to find them Yahoo or something.
Yeah.
Because the moment you notice certain things that we are not supposed to have, you have to query them.
Yeah,
I do get this. I do get this.
Yes.
I do get this.
Why are you doing this?
Yes.
Who is this person with you?
So these are, and for the girls that are being used, the law of money, especially with this phone. Some of them,
every phone.
iPhone
5,
iPhone. For what?
Phones that are
you can have it your genuine income, no problem with that one.
And the boys want to drive Venza.
My God.
In fact, there's a particular area in Ibadan. We want to get tenants into somewhere. They were telling us that, I want Yahoo Longba Benye, that we should take Yahoo boys. I mean, I was shocked. I said,
yes,
what kind of a life is this? Yes. If I say, okay, my own property, I want to collect original people, then somebody is now saying that you should take Yahoo boys. How do we change this thing? What's going on?
They have to reside with leadership. It is leadership that if you have a correct leader, somebody that has not eaten in the last 2 days and get to the office and they say get a bribe of 1,000 naira and tear certain part of the document, he will collect it and tear it. Because you see those at the top, what they are doing. If the country is going to get back a bit, it has to start with leader. If the leadership say no to this, the president of the country say no, this one, nobody should do it. Nobody should inflate contract. Nobody should do that kind of thing. I said, first, once you do it, we expose you. And then it goes down that way. Then there will be sanity. But are we ready for that? If you are there today, I'm there today, you are there today, what are you going to do? When you join them,
it will be different.
It will be different. And if you want to be different at times, they will just throw you out. But then it has to be the leaders. We need a thorough. You see the type of there Mohammed that period of time when he was there.
The boy,
even the Mohammed before the ambassador came in, okay, was killed.
Okay, that's the boy.
That time we say, hey, this is everybody's job. No, that's the first one. The second one. Oh yeah, yes, yeah. Then when there now and there's something came. The reason why the Abari was able to win that last election, they are still thinking it was the Abari of old.
God bless you, sir. You're right, sir. It was the
old glory. There was something that with the day at that time.
Yes.
There's a semblance of sanity at that particular period in time. Everybody is afraid because you don't know where the next person there is a security officer and go to. So say kill, you cannot dump any line. You do everything there.
Moderated.
Yes, we need that kind of leadership. And we are indisciplined in this country. We are one of the most indisciplined in the country, and in a lot of areas, ways. So we abuse all our privileges wherever we find ourselves.
Yeah.
And others are seeing us. The children are seeing us. So even on the track, and then you see those who are stealing money. They will get some other people.
Yeah.
Now once they see you are sentenced to imprisonment of certain thing. By the time you go to the other level, you discover that, and then they quash that thing, or they give you when you want to settle certain things, there's a time, there's something they normally
call it. Bail out, what they call it.
So when you have to negotiate, there's a time.
EFCC, there's a time. Plea bargaining.
Plea bargaining. Because you have, for those who still Gary or look they will stay there for 10 years. Somebody billions as a state governor. Not even pension money. People are refusing pension money. Okay. I say plea bargaining. You imagine, and people are saying indirectly this thing is sinking our body unknowingly. And before you know it, because exactly. So once you know people will talk, then there's no problem. You clear. And then the politics now. Only those who have the
wherewithal.
Not the wherewithal.
The money.
Not only the money. Thugs.
The thugs.
And then they use the money because they use the money factor. They use the money to attract the thugs. And then they don't care to kill each other if you are not careful. So the politics should not be like that. Politics is elsewhere.
Politics should be a decent game.
I put more on myself for election, even within this university on several occasions. And people say they didn't vote me. That's not the. If I want to serve, it should not be anything that I go back. I try the next time if it is possible. I want to try.
So you take
one. They will say, okay, that's your major opponent. You are going to clear him off. No, that's not the politics.
That's the whole rampart.
And
we have a situation in Lagos now that they said the local government chairman, they want the son of maybe somebody that is very popular to become. They now say the man is sick now. They say he should be the chairman. Then they put the son as Digerewu as deputy chairman. They've known that this man is going to die soon, so the Digerewu can become the chairman. And the man is sick as well, and the campaign is going on because the father of that boy maybe is a powerful person at the level of number 3 Lagos and number 4.
I don't understand what you are saying. I follow that every day. Very interesting. In fact, we are just seeing all as if you don't have any. And unfortunately, some of us also are out to sight them. That's what is going on. We know them. Then we still follow them. We have to. This is not a matter of God. People say God. pray on your own, do something like that. There should be a very clear-cut actions.
God bless you. Clear-cut action, yes. To say
Otherwise,
this is wrong.
No.
And to stop it and to stop it.
And then because nobody want to die, everybody want to enjoy. So we are not ready to sacrifice.
Like Fela said,
we are not ready to sacrifice for others. And that is what is putting us down. All the revolution we have in those days, my whole something like that. So, see how the China becomes to be.
Yes.
So today, somebody said, I said they are killing them, they are still following. They are killing them, they are still going.
Until
the oppressive government was
cleared off.
Yeah.
And there was,
unfortunately, in Nigeria, we have a multi-complex problem. Religion, ethnicity, those two things. Those are some of this that's drawing us back. The religions and the ethnicity. When a Muslim steal and was arrested, they were Christian will be criticizing. When the Christian steal, the Muslim will be criticizing. When the both of them say, everybody will keep quiet. Because both of them are involved. When my brother is maybe he's a president of a republic of whatever. I will call for him whatever he do, whether it's good or bad. From the other side, no, I'll be against him because it's not for my ethnicity or something. So we are not looking at issue with objectivity. We're looking with the lens and prism of religious and ethnic. We are not looking at credibility. So these are some of our problems, and it's very complex. And it's inbuilt in our children now as they grow up.
It's unfortunate. Highly unfortunate. I don't see. Yesterday, we were in the vehicle and we saw those people campaigning for election in Lagos, and they were blocking the road. And our driver said, "Oh, we saw old men, we saw young people," and said, "These are landlords and normal landlords. Don't you book in? There's landlords and their children that are into all these things." And I wonder how much are they paying them to constitute nuisance? I mean,
you see, when you see them, those are their protests, even during protests, except some very like academic protests or student protests, I say political protests.